It was a dark and stormy night as two young friends, Alex and Emily, decided to explore the old cemetery that sat on the outskirts of town. The cemetery was abandoned, and overgrown with vines and weeds, and no one had been buried there in years. As they made their way through the cemetery, they heard strange noises coming from the shadows. It sounded like whispers and footsteps, but every time they turned to investigate, they saw nothing. They soon found themselves surrounded by tombstones and mausoleums, the air thick with an eerie silence. Suddenly, they heard a blood-curdling scream that echoed through the cemetery. It was coming from one of the mausoleums, and Alex and Emily knew they had to investigate. They made their way to the mausoleum and found that the door was slightly ajar. With a deep breath, they pushed the door open. As they entered, they saw that the mausoleum was filled with cobwebs and dust. But as their eyes adjusted to the dimmer light, they saw a figure standing in the corner. It was a woman dressed in an old-fashioned gown, and she seemed to be staring straight at them. They tried to leave, but the door had been blocked from the outside. The woman began to speak in a haunting whisper, telling them the story of how she had been buried alive in the mausoleum. She said that she had been buried with her newborn baby, and that they had both died in agony. She begged Alex and Emily to help her escape, to dig her up and release her from her eternal torment. At first, they were hesitant, but as the woman's pleas became more desperate, they decided to help her. They began to dig frantically at the soil, but as they dug deeper, they began to feel a sense of dread. The air grew colder, and the whispers and footsteps grew louder. Suddenly, the woman's voice turned into a chilling laugh, and the mausoleum shook with an unseen force. Alex and Emily tried to escape, but the door was now firmly blocked from the outside. As the night wore on, they realized that they were trapped, and that the woman they had tried to help was not what she seemed. She was a vengeful spirit, seeking revenge on those who had disturbed her eternal rest. In the end, Alex and Emily were never seen again. Some say that they were buried in the mausoleum, alongside the woman and her baby. Others say that they were never truly buried, but were trapped in the cemetery forever, tormented by the ghostly whispers and footsteps that still haunt the abandoned graveyard to this day.